Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com. Today we're going to be analyzing the 22nd Commitments of Traders report of 2022, and as we always do, we shall start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials positions. Before we jump to the review, just a brief reminder for those of you who are just joining. Here at COTbase.com, you will find a lot of educational material, not only in written format, but we have some very useful videos as well that will guide you through the analysis process, explaining to you all the details that you need to know, how you can better understand the valuable information COT reports provide. So back to the review, and starting off with the first market, which will be coffee, which, as you can see, we have an 18% change in commercials net positions. So we're analyzing net positions and commercials, and of course this change size is based on a 52-week look back period. So of course we are looking at a 1-year chart, which corresponds to 52 weeks, and you can see the magnitude of this recent change in commercials net positions. Commercials, of course, represented in the red color, green large speculators, and then on a different scale we've got the small speculators, the non-reportable, as CFTC calls them. This is a bit larger than average change size. We have seen greater changes or similar large changes in the past. It is a bearish COT change signal coming after some strengthening that's been going on since more than a month now. It suggests that this decline we have witnessed Thursday, Friday can continue on next week. Moving on to the 5 years chart, we get a chance to analyze the extreme situation, which, as you may see on a 5 years perspective, is still more bearish. We have moved away from the most bearish extreme that was present in the market in February, just at that top. But of course, if this rally continues and we see even higher prices, I would not be surprised to see an even greater extreme developing in both commercials and large speculators net positions. Moving on to the Brazilian real. Of course, as you can see, we're jumping over the energy complex. That's something for our subscribers, where we analyze the sectors combined COT reports. So the Brazilian real, we have a 10% change in commercials net positions. You can see that over there. Again, a bearish COT change signal, larger than average, but we have seen greater changes in the past. And the extreme is unquestionably bearish. So suggesting in the medium to long run, we should see further weakening of the Brazilian real against the US dollar. Of course, this is Brazilian real is a futures contract, and it's measured in US dollars. Gold is our next market. The exact same change size percentage wise, of course, in commercials net positions, but the opposite signal, a bullish COT change signal. I wouldn't put that much emphasis on it though, because as you may see, compared to the past 1 year, it is more of an average change size, nothing too unusual. Moving on to the 5 years chart, you can see we are getting a relative bullish extreme. It can grow to much greater levels, as you may see. Commercials on this 5 years chart, you can see the majority of the time they were net short, but there was a very short period of time when they actually went into a net long territory, which, by the way, corresponded to the weakest prices in gold in the last 5 years. So we shall see if the weakening of gold continues in the next couple of weeks and month ahead of us. Then of course expect traders to be shifting their positions accordingly. If you're somebody who is willing to analyze on a shorter time frame, let's say a 2.5, 3 years, then it is definitely a bullish extreme. Moving on to large speculators COT extreme analysis, we've got the Swiss franc on top of our list with 128 report extreme, corresponding to a bit over 2 years of an extreme. So meaning we have seen traders or large speculators at these levels roughly over here, just at that bottom. It was a more of a bullish COT extreme. Then again, you can see greater extremes in the past. So you know, stress wise, it is leaning a bit towards the bullish side of the market, but no, I wouldn't say it's a surprisingly large extreme or anything like that. Live cattle is the next market with 110 report extreme in large speculators. This is becoming an obvious bullish COT extreme. And you can see how well the market reacted to bullish extremes in the past. And last but definitely not least, lumber with 105 report extreme. You can see large speculators net short, commercials net long. And again, you can see that doesn't happen that often. Whenever it does, it corresponds with a bottom in the market. So again, COT analysis is not something that you can use to pinpoint exact turning points in the market, but it does indicate stress zones, and I believe that's something that is building up. If it's going to happen now or the next couple of weeks and a month ahead of us, it's hard to tell. Nevertheless, this decline is followed with an extreme buildup in net positions, and this extreme is a bullish COT signal. Okay, that was all for this review. Don't forget there's a lot to do here at cotbase.com. First of all, you can look at all the markets that are available from CFTC. You can analyze other data sets. You can look at the newest COT report types, all the different data types. So we're analyzing, of course, the futures and options combined data in these reviews, but you can focus your attention only on futures or on options if you want. There's a bunch of tools available to you if you would like to analyze a specific market. We talked about the Swiss franc, for example. So let's say we are analyzing the Swiss franc. You can choose the report type, data type, and then go and dig into the data itself. And there's a lot to do here. Okay, you can of course also chart anything you see in the table. You can download the images. So much to do with regard to the COT report. If you would like, you can actually use these tools in NinjaTrader if you subscribe to the COT Base Pro package. That is available in NinjaTrader as well. You get everything that is available on the website, but above that, you get the ability to download data and also to analyze the reports in your own NinjaTrader platform. The COT Base iCOT intraday indicator is something new. It's available not only in NinjaTrader, but CTrader and TradingView. It is our newest indicator, and it is focusing on the short term. So as you can see here, we have gold. This is a 1 minute candlestick chart, and there you go. We got the COT charts underneath. Well, I should point out, this is not data coming from CFTC. This is our own tool. And we spent many years to develop it because we really wanted to get something, an indicator that mimics the stress analysis ways of analyzing markets that we can do with classic COT analysis. But this is, of course, a shorter term tool. There's a lot of explanation at cotbase.com. And that's pretty much it for this review. I very much appreciate your attention. Thank you very much for being with me. I hope you will have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you in my next COT review. Take care. Goodbye.